Hello again, and welcome to episode 2 of the amazing Roland and his Industrious Rodents and Age of Wonders playthrough, in which we are playing as the name suggests, industrial culture Ratkin, and it's my second sort of joint first playthrough. I've got another playthrough on the go on my Twitch channel that is Necromantic Toads. It's 7 hours in, we're 1 hour into this, so it's behind my Toads playthrough, but I haven't finished my Toads playthrough, so it's a joint first or second, depending on how you look at it. So I'm still somewhat learning the ropes. We're playing on hard difficulty to try and make it a little bit more interesting, potentially. And our realm settings we're in an underground start, but we don't have underground adaptation, and it's a small underground. And on the surface, it is low population, so not very many free cities. Forming realms, so it started off a lot of desolate terrain, but gradually that is terraforming. So as you can see, about 50-50 at the moment. We're also a scarred divide though, so there's a bit in the middle I think this is here, that's never going to properly terraform. I don't know if the forming realm will terraform that or not, but I'm guessing it won't. And there's abundance of, it's like a wondrous past. The idea was there was a ancient civilization that tried to terraform the world, or someone did. It went wrong and converted it into volcanic landscape, but things have started to settle now and the terraforming magic is taking hold and it's becoming a little less hellish. So it's a little rough to start with, because without underground adaptation it was very slow underground, and things like in this cavern floor we can't build farms, all we can do is build huts, which are rubbish. And there isn't an awful lot of space, we're kind of walled in. There's a little bit of passageway down here, but generally we want to get up on the surface. The idea was we want to all get up on the surface and claim the land up there, rather than languishing underground. So I'm mid-turn at the moment. I stopped towards the end of my turn, but we're about to do a fight, so we're just going to clear these guards to make this astral dew available to us once we expand out our domain that way. And I am manual combating most of our early fights. I'll start doing auto combat once we get underway and we start hitting more routine fights. But early days, especially when it's not a total walkover, we want to do it manually, just for the better control. So our army composition at the moment, we've got 2 tier 1 shield units, or anvil guard, who protect people nearby them when they go into shield mode. We've got 1 set of copper golems, which are a summoned unit. As I actually have a look at these last time, they've got okay health, decent defences, although that's partly from them. The anvil guard have got similar health, but higher defences. However, they're a polearm unit rather than a shield unit, which means they're good against enemy shock units because they cancel charge attacks. They've got first strike, and as a golem, they are immune to all negative status effects, which is nice when we're facing things that do poison. In fact, they're particularly good against poison. They've got 6 blight resistance as well. Although they are vulnerable to shock because they're mechanical, I guess, or metal. And then we've got a couple of crossbow guys, and our leader, who is sporting a fire staff. And he can heal people. And I've got a passive on him that's giving everyone +1 resistance and defense, so that everything's a little bit tankier than they're already tanky, but they're even tankier with him on board. And we're up against some wisps. Wisps are annoying because, like in previous Age of Wonders games, they have a passive where when you hit them, you've got a chance of getting stunned. And they do elemental damage, which we're not great at tanking. We're very good at tanking physical, not so much against elemental damage. They're also actually relatively tanky themselves, comparatively speaking. And one other thing, this big, serpent thing with all the eyes, it's quite easy to kill in terms of how much damage it can take, but every time you hit it, it becomes invulnerable. So you can only do damage once per turn to it, basically. Which we might go and do just now, actually. Well, what we'll do is, they're just going to move up, and then they'll move up. They're going into defense mode to give them the benefits of the shield wall. which gives them a little bit extra resistance. This thing does random elemental damage. It will do one of lightning, fire, or frost. We just have to hope it doesn't do lightning damage because we're weak against that. But stabbing it puts it into the refuge, so we can't hurt it again this turn, but it doesn't get to attack back. And then our crossbow guys can take some pot shots at these wisps. And I guess my other shield unit will move around this way on its own. I'm a little scared for them, but... Oh, we missed. Damn. Can we set these guys on fire? They resisted. Are they immune, or do they just resist? Because maybe they're ethereal or something. Ethereal. Immune. So it says resisted, but they always resist. They just automatically resist. Okay. Oh! And there's a fancy effect on this map that I did not notice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, we might lose our Arbalist there. Depending what the other wisps do. Yeah, the wisps are... Oh no, they're attacking my shield unit. Okay. They are sundering... Oh no, they're going to die now, aren't they? We live! So, the effect here, displaced reality. Every 2 turns, all attacking units are displaced by 2 hexes. That did not go well for us, did it? However, they are flanked by our polearm unit. Are they large targets? Why are we doing so much damage? Are they flying? They're floating. So polearm units get bonus damage against certain things. It might just be because we're flanking them and they're not in defensive mode. But is it here? Polearm unit. Extra damage against cavalry and large targets. Doesn't look like we're getting any special bonus against them, but... Oh, it wasn't considering that they were going to go into their protection mode, that's why. Right, I need to heal yous. I think my leader needs to heal yous as well. They're going to move up just to tie them up and make it so they have to take attack opportunity, but then I'm going into defensive mode. Or I could have taunted them. Let's try taunting. So does taunt attack? No, it just taunts them. Right. I'll taunt yous then. I don't know what happens because they don't have a melee attack. I don't know if that means they'll move away and then have to attack me, or if they have to try and attack me where they are. And then we want to get the ones that aren't taunted shot up a bit to remove some of their units. Come on. Why do we have to graze? They're down to half health. Maybe we'll be okay. Although I should have moved away from them. This might hurt. We'll see. They're regenerating though. Right, so they move away and then have to hit me, right? Okay. I wasn't sure if the taunt would stop them even moving. Oh no. Oh no. I think we are going to lose these Arbalists. I screwed up there, I should have moved away. Nope, we're still alive. We are still alive. Okay. Stab yous again. They're dead. Cool. Gonna move yous there. Yous can taunt these ones. Oh no, they're already taunted. Right, yeah. Just get them taunted. And we'll just go with opportunity attacks for now. And my other range need to try and kill them. Nope. Only 50%. Why? Obscured by obstacle. Oh, they're in amongst a bunch of mushrooms. I think they're going to run away. I don't think we're going to stick around for that. I'm just going to defend. I will use some more mana, bolster them. And I'll move him up into an obscured bit and we'll see if we can... I think we killed another one of their units. Yeah, we got stunned. But the stun will wear off. So we're fine. Okay. Let's see if we can finish them. Lovely stuff. Well, that was rough for that one unit, but otherwise it went fine. They came so close to dying. Got 3 health left. Right, so maybe... Do I attack them right now? I think we can still do it. I think I'm just going to go for it. They're not as dangerous as what we just fought. I'll just have to be very careful about that one unit. But they've got some range attacks, but we can bolster them up. It'll be fine. We've still got 99 mana. And as they say, there's no point having the mana stockpiled up. You just want to use it. If it's not being used, it's not actually doing anything. Right. Ideally, I want them up front, but a wee bit of choke point. I didn't want to send them off on their own. We'll keep them at the back. He's going to heal them. Get some regeneration going, and everyone else just guard up. Okay, they're just edging forwards. That works for me. I'll put a shield unit here. I'll put my pole arms there. I'll put my other shield unit not doing much over there. They can move in and take a shot. Get those piggies weakened. They can move in and only 50% chance of hitting, but I'd like to mess up the ones in the back ranks. Didn't really happen, did it? 8%. Nope. I'm going to spend some mana to bolster them up. I should have done that before they attacked. Oh, crap. I hit the wrong one. Well, that sucks. Just do your defense. Why is it not selecting them? I'm clicking on them. Oh, I'm selected. Never mind. I did a misplay there. Hopefully they don't punish me for it, but I think they might be gonna. No, we're fine. I mean, we're not fine. We're getting hit, but the injured people are okay for now. Right, let's punish you for not shooting me. You's beat up. I'm just going to move up and go into defense. In fact, we're going to taunt you, because that puts us in defense while we finish off these guys. Okay. So they're not moving. Okay, we'll just smack you in the face then. Polearm guys aren't quite in range. Leader can maybe set them on fire a wee bit. There we go. No line of sight. Ah, looks like a line of sight to me. What's blocking my view? Is it them that's blocking the view? I guess so. I guess them and the combination of them and the stuff they're standing in. Oh well. Their morale's suffering. They're getting sad. And they fumbled. So many grazies. Dead. We got all kinds of stuff for that. We got food, we got production, we got another Ring of the Vicious Killer, and we got a barbed shield. 3 defense against non-flanking attacks. Melee attackers have a chance of getting bleed. Okay, yep. Won't be equipping them on this hero, but we're going to get a new hero in the not too distant future. I guess they'll just keep on excavating. we will keep on exploring around the area of our outpost. And we've got enough. I should have started this a turn or two ago. Start founding a city here. Our Sundering Blades are ready, so this will mean our melee units will have a 90% chance of doing Sundering Defense, reducing enemies' defense every time they hit. And we can also smash obstacles if we want. Okay, I think I'd like to get the Rune of Industry next, so that my golems will get the bolstering defences. Bastion can get another province. But yeah, we are one turn. Oh, could I just rush the production of that? 26, yeah, I'm rushing the production, because now we can get the Howling Castle. So, the Howling Castle. It adds 5 fortification health per quarry to the city, making it harder to siege. We've already got 90 defense. Can be set up as a unit deploy location, and it adds the Brewer Ogre and Butcher Ogre units to the Rally of Leeches. And it gives us 20 research and 5 Imperium. So yeah, give me that now that we've got the extra range from our town hall. But that doesn't, as you said in the previous stream, because we're Wonder Architects, that doesn't count as a actual, it doesn't use up population, we just get it. So for our next thing, what do I want to build next? Should I maybe do a farm to get the vendor, just for more money? Got a few things boosted that we could do, but I'm thinking I could do with just better gold income. We could also do this stuff, or improvements. Now that we've done the Town Hall level 2, we can turn a quarry into a rune carver's camp. It changes it. Instead of giving production, it will give us 15 draft and 3 mana for each adjacent quarry. If we were going to do that, I'm not sure if we've got a good place for that up here. Right, so we can do quarries there, there, and there. And there. So, can I do one up here? No. So we wouldn't want to do it yet. We wouldn't want to convert that one. But potentially, if we just did a whole bunch of quarries here, we could have like this one or this one, and it would have 3 adjacents. We'd get a whole bunch of... What was I gave again for adjacent? A whole bunch of extra mana. That could be good. Not yet, but it could be. And in the builder's quarters, it makes a quarry just way better. Which again, adjacent quarries. So yeah, I think we forgo like the mine and forester and stuff here. I think we go quarry, quarry, quarry over here, and we make one of them the builder's, whatever it was, and the other one the rune carver's camp. So we'll grab this first, because that's got an iron deposit, so we'll get a big boost to our production. And then do I just do that right away? It's expensive. Or do I do this? So if I did this here, yeah, we lose 5 production, but we gain 15 draft and 3 mana per adjacent quarry, which will be quite a lot of them. We'll get 3, so we'll get 12 mana out of that. I'm going to hold off on doing that just now. I'd rather get, I think, the vendor, although we've not boosted it. I don't know. I don't like that I'm not getting it for boost, but we'll only save like 18 gold or something. Nah, I'm just going to get the vendor, get more money coming in. Okay. I think that's our turn. Quest for cultivation. The Industrious Rodents Council sends their chief deputy to meet you with a request. The deputy bows deeply before she speaks. If the Industrious Rodents are to be victorious in this realm, we need to grow our borders, expand our cities, feed our people. In order to do so, your council proposes to claim more farmland. Your empire will grow and your people will be grateful. Will you commit to building more farms per the proposal of the Industrious Rodents? We can say yes, we will do that, and we'll have a quest. We can say satisfaction only leads to meekness. I need my people hungry, ready to fight for the next meal. If we do that, we'll lose stability for 6 turns, but we'll immediately get a whole bunch of draft. I can't really afford to build more units just now, so that doesn't really benefit us. Or we can just say, nah, I'll do it. We're going to build, we'll have 25 turns to build 3 farms, and it doesn't say it has to be the same city, so the one that we're getting on the surface, it can build some farms too. Sure. I like rewards, I like quests. Now, I don't think we keep going in the direction we're going with our leader just now. I think we're going to head up and we really need to heal up that unit. Or maybe swap it out for... In fact, yeah, we've got a spare... Oh no, it's a spare... We're building a spare arbalist? Yeah, next turn we'll get a spare arbalist. So they can swap out since they're so badly hurt. And our spell-tempered shields are ready. So let's enchant them. Now they've got special fancy rune glows on them. We could also do the Sundering Blades, but that will have a 10 mana upkeep and we only have 8 mana income just now, so not yet. It will affect a bunch of stuff, but not yet. Oh hey, some gold. That's very nice. Just keep looking around out here. And this is all impenetrable rock walls, so we can't clear that, but we can maybe go and clear this. I haven't seen any stalactites for us to prospect. I guess we could go and prospect the mountains that are up on the surface. Right, so this is a cavern floor with a mushroom forest, mountains, stalactites. We can prospect in here. How do we prospect? It said my scouts can prospect. Do I click on the... I can, right, yes. Do that. We got an item, a Wand of Inversion. Removes all negative status effects from the target ally and grants a random positive status effect for each negative one removed. That's good. Costs an action point, but that's good. And I can do a... Oh, I can do that at the same time. Okay, so is there an easy way to tell that this is stalactites? Because I don't see any. Oh no, there's that there. I'm guessing that's the stalactites, right? Cavern floor. It's not giving me a tooltip when I hover over it. I guess if we look around, maybe we can see more. I mean, do the ones in the lava count? Is this stalactites? That's mountain. Well, we can prospect mountain, and there is stalactites in that bit. Right, okay, we need to do more prospecting. Because getting items that way is very, very nice. Neat. So is this mountain? Yeah, so we can go and get... I could have been sending my scouts to go and get that stuff, but knowing what the land looks like is also quite useful, so it's not like we've been wasting our time or anything. Okay, we've got our new archer. I want to go and clear them just because they're there. So we'll move to here. Arbalist that's injured has... They're actually elite arbalists. They've leveled up a fair bit. So they do extra damage, but no, you need to heal up. So we'll continue on with the weaker one. And we built our vendor, so we're getting a little bit more money. We could do a market. Markets need 2 farms. I'd like that estate hall, but it requires 2 farms to build. Getting more stability. Our stability is neutral. Or every time you get a new domain, I think you lose a little bit of... Yeah, every time you get a new domain, you lose a little bit of stability. So it basically, as it grows, you lose stability. So that's what the tavern's for, is to make up for that. We're not getting penalties yet, so we're maybe okay. We can maybe ignore it. I think we need the mana obelisk because our mana income is kind of struggling at the moment. Plus, it'll only take a turn. The small underground's not that small. It's reasonably spacious. Just a question of how far these little corridors down here go. Right, so this bit maybe doesn't go so far. Uninhabitable bedrock. So although there's a little corridor through it, we can't actually claim it as like a province. Would this get us talking to Kriegmar though? Oh, I already had contact with him. I didn't realise. They never gave me a pop-up with him saying hello. Right, well, we've got 300 relations because we're Materium and we're champions. So I could have been working towards them. I have a Whispering Stone. Although it says I'm at war, or at least I'm away down at the bottom in the war area. I don't know if we've got contact with them or not. Want to do any of this yet? We could get a little bit of stability if we do this. I'm going to do this now, because we're going to build a bunch of quarries next to each other over here. Yeah, this is the Scarred Divide area, so I don't think the forming realm ever changes these. It looks like, I was saying it was diagonal that way, it looks like it's diagonal this way. Right, let's go over and get a little bit of combat XP. We built our mana obelisk, got a bit healthier mana, so I'm going to get my Sundered Blades, or Sundering Blades rather, set up. What do we build next? Oh, workers. Oh no, this is on our new city. It's been finished. So I think we should probably just get. I think we do a workers' farmstead to start with. We'll get less production, but we'll get a bit of food to help it grow faster, which will be more production in the long run. And in Bastian, we could get a market for more money. I think actually, I'm going to get a new hero soon. I'm going to spend a turn just producing merchandise and producing food. Because we can now get our support unit and we can get our racial polearm unit at tier 2, which is a little bit tankier, I think, than our golems. 75 health, 3 defense, 2 resistance. We've got 72 health, but some of that's because they're elite. So I think their base is 60 health. And their defensive training's given them a bonus. I think they have 3 and 2, so they've got slightly less hit points. They do 14 damage on their melee strike, although again I think they've got a bonus for being champions. Halberdiers do 12, so I think they're very similar. The Halberdiers are slightly more durable, but don't have the status immunity. And I think I will stick with the golems because it splits our upkeep rather than having all our racial units have got gold upkeep, whereas if we do the golems that adds in some mana. Lithium has been founded. And yeah, Hero is offered to join. So we've only got 2 at the moment because we don't have any free cities. So we can get Gersoff the Scout as a crossbow, 20% critical chance to hit. Or Christoph the Distant is a Hero of the Meek, which is... What? Do I have to select them? All tier 1 units in the army get 10 hit points, 1 defense, and 1 resistance. I mean, both of those are good. We're probably going to switch them to being a melee unit since I've got a fancy shield for them. I mean, we are doing a lot of tier 1 just now, but in the long term that won't be as useful. This lasts the whole game. And we're going to take Gersoff the Scout. So we'll respec him because we're not going to go archery on him. Or maybe we will do archery on him. I'm not actually sure. Lithium needs a governor, which will be Gersoff. And we get 8 production because he's Materium based. Where is Gersoff? Did he spawn in the capital? I thought he would spawn in the city that he came from. So we can give him a Ring of the Vicious Killer. And there's the Wand of Inversion, which I'll give to our ruler. So he's got a crossbow by default. If I unequip it, he gets a hammer and a shield. It's just I've got this barbed shield. So I'd maybe want him to be a cavalry unit that just runs up and fights with the shield guys. Or do I want all my main characters to be ranged combatants? You get some reasonably chunky hit with that. I'm just thinking most of our units are melee, including our summons, so maybe we stick to ranged for the leaders, but at the same time, I kind of like having a melee hero. It's a bit more iconic, a bit more, you know, riding into battle ahead of your troops. Maybe our third one can be melee. We'll see what we get. I'll keep him as it is. We do get one free respec, so I can get rid of that archery later. But for the moment, we'll keep him an archer. It's fine. So he needs an army, which we've already got some of an army. I want a golem, and then I want to get a support guy. So we'll start training a support guy now, a steel shaper. We haven't had a look at them yet. They have 60 health, so not the tankiest. 1 defense, but 3 resistance. They've got steel blast, single shot, physical damage, 16 damage. Not particularly strong. They got strength from steel. They get rid of friendly units' bolstered defences and resistances, and instead heal them and give them doing extra damage. They can also grant defense to a unit every other turn. This one is every other turn as well. And their defense mode gives adjacent people extra resistance and status resistance. And they come with full string, and they can excavate and all of that good stuff. And yeah, they are not going to do any of this other stuff just now. We're just going to get a little bit extra money this turn. Haven't built any farms yet. Okay, scout over here, having a look about. Can I prospect in here? I've got mountains, why can't I prospect? I thought I could prospect mountains. Scout prospecting can prospect cliff, mountain, or stalactite provinces. I guess it has to be fully mountain then, rather than just have mountains in it. I don't know what counts as a mountain, but it's not letting me prospect this. Unless because it's ashlands, does that stop us? I don't know. Perturbing. Right, let's go and clear them out. I want to get to level 5 for my hero so he can get his first signature skill. So what are we fighting? Is it a bunch of earth elementals? It looks like a bunch of earth elementals. Lesser stone spirits. Got not particularly good health, but quite good defences. Well, moderate defences. They're in defence mode just now. And they're pretty standard. They're they're just fighter units, just general purpose. I'm sure it'll be fine. Doesn't look like they do anything too irritating. So if you just go up and defend up here, we'll go to that choke point. Get our archers back there. You can defend them. You can go in there. I find the AI does not like to be very aggressive in their advance during the tactical combat. So I'm going to put you in between them. I'll move you up there and use over here. So they're getting, I don't know if they'll get double shielded. I don't know if it stacks, but I'm going to shield. I'm going to shield with them. Do they get a double? Nah, they don't. They just get it once. And I think they're just going to shield as well until we weaken them a wee bit. My hero will come up and we'll start very weakly blasting. But we set them on fire. Right, if my archers, well, hang on. They can get round there. So my arbalists do not want to stand there. I guess they're standing there where we can get a decent shot at, let's say, them. And they can go and stand here and get a decent shot at them because they're tied up in melee with us. And these guys do physical damage. We're specialised in defending against physical damage, so it should be fine. I'll speed up the animations. They're not hitting my pike people though, which is unfortunate. Right, but now we can do our heavy crossbow shot, overdraw. Since we don't have to move, cancels retaliations. Lovely stuff. As I say, it's worth spreading the damage around a bit rather than focus firing, because getting rid of a model reduces the damage we take. We can kill them, which removes any questions of flanking from these guys. I think they're just going to taunt them and go into defense. I think they'll just taunt these. No, we're just going to defend with them. They're just going to keep on trying to tank. I'm not going to spend mana to heal them up, because it's going to take a while for us to walk elsewhere, so they're just going to heal the damage themselves. They're refusing to attack my polearm units. Okay. A little bit of resistance for you. But once they get going, these crossbow dudes do pack a punch. So I'll run round the back and hit them in the flank. Can they run round the back as well? Nah, they'll get a retaliation. Okay, a little bit of damage, but what did we get? A bunch of draft, okay, which will get us our stone shaper a bit faster. Yeah, they should heal that up on the way back. These are champion tier now. More health, but next level we get exalted defense. I don't know what exalted defense is, but we'll find out hopefully if we keep them alive. And yeah, these scouts, we can't even get through there, like across the water, even if I got my seafaring, because these spikes, I think, stop you going into the water. I might be wrong, maybe you can. But it looks like we're never going to get our rightful vassals over there. My ruler leveled up. He's level 4 now. So, what did I take before? I took the defensive training and experienced leaders. So we could get strength training, more damage to everyone in the army. We could get lower upkeep, which would actually be quite good. More defense, just more hit points for me. True seeing. Or we could start moving into the magecraft. Better chance of burning and then eventually get fire evoker. I kind of want to do that. I don't think we need any of this. But I do like just boosting up all my existing units. Getting the... I might even take the reduced upkeep. Because what's our unit upkeep just now? 72, of which about 2/3 of that's this army. Maybe half of that. So if we say 40, we'll say it's got 40 upkeep in this army. 20% of 40 is 8. We'd get 8 more gold and a little bit more mana. I don't know. Maybe I'm value. Nah, I value that. I'm taking that. Yeah, we got 8 more gold, a bit more mana. It'll let us afford more units for a bigger army overall. And we have unlocked various new things. We can get Breastplate of the Champion for 150. It's just an item. Tier 4 gives +2 defense, 20% damage with melee attacks, 20% crit with melee attacks. Well, we just decided we're going to go ranged with our new heroes, so not yet. We can get a thing where oh, I just selected that. Didn't mean to. Mines give +10 draft. Can I undo? I can't undo. Oh well. We can also increase our city cap by 1, which we don't need to do yet, and get road building, which maybe we do want to do, but I just spent all my Imperium by accident. Oh well. Do I have a mine? I don't even have a mine. Oops. I'm a bit careless sometimes. Just makes the game a wee bit more difficult, I suppose. I was expecting, I don't know why, considering I've already done this a few times, selecting those traits, but I was expecting it to prompt me to confirm, and it didn't. Right, you are going to go and explore over here, and I'm sure, was one of these not a stalactite thing that I can go and prospect? Was it down here? One of these was stalactite, I remember it saying. Yeah, we can go down and prospect this. I don't think anything else that we've got does though. No. And they just need a golem, which... Oh, we're casting our Sundering Blades though, aren't we? That's going to hurt our mana a wee bit. Technically, we don't have any blades, really. Except for... Wait, who are these guys? I don't have any of them. But if we do, they'll have Sundering Blades, apparently. Technically, it's hammers and stuff we've got. Right, so what's the upkeep on a golem? Where's my leader? Oh! Oh! My golem evolved! My golem hit max rank and is now an iron golem instead of a copper golem. They've turned into a shield unit. Oh. Which will be hurting my upkeep because it's 19 upkeep. Still, 95 hit points now, 8 base defense, and they have protective wall, gives adjacent units defense and status resist. And they're a siege breaker, so they're better, marginally better at smashing down enemy defenses. Okay. Now I have seen, and I kind of agree with them, some people have objected to the fact that units that evolve automatically rank up, given that quite a few of them change their role. So like Feudal have got pikemen, peasants, and when they rank up they turn into a shield unit, or maybe a support unit, I'm not sure if it's a random, but they stop being pike units. And that's what just happened to me. I lost my pike unit to get a better shield unit, and maybe I wanted to keep a pike unit in my army. But I'm not too upset by that, it doesn't bother me too much. Let's head to the underground passage to get back up on the surface. And since I wasn't allowed to prospect that, we'll just start moving up this way. We're just getting a general feel. I said Wondrous Pass, and I've only seen one wonder. This doesn't feel like a Wondrous Pass to me. We've researched Rune of Industry, which will give bolstering defense to things like our golems. And we get to pick a new tome. So, I did at the start say maybe we want to do Tome of Warding because it will get us extra resistances. We won't really need the Phantasm Warrior, it's kind of redundant, but it would help with the fact that we're very strong against physical damage, but not particularly strong or weak against magic damage. This would make us strong against both. We can also just start zapping people and get ourselves a Battle Mage, because we don't get a Battle Mage by default. We could go for Fire, which gets us a Pyromancer, also a Battle Mage, and Fire kind of fits with the whole industry thing a little bit. Probably won't do Tome of the Horde. It's the Chaos path. I'm feeling more orderly. We could also just double down on Materium and get rock stuff. We get even more defense by becoming Earthkin. Let us traverse rocky terrain faster. Buff people with stone skin. We can smash rocks into folk. We could get some nature, but I'm already doing the roots on my other playthrough, and I've got a plan for a full-on druid build, so I'm probably going to pass on that. We could go down the order route. I did sort of think of this faction as being leaning towards order as a sort of civilization kind of aspect of it. So we could get the faithful, get a more traditional support that does healing and bless, or go down the Inquisition route, get ourselves a zealot. I don't think we want to do Shadow. Oh, I don't know. I don't know which of these I want. Pyromancer would give us some much needed offensive capability because we're very defensive. Although 8 damage repeating isn't that high offense, to be honest. It's alright. But it would give us things like fiery arrows and searing blades. So it could be fiery rats. I don't know if I really picture them as being fiery though. Hang on just one sec. I'm just having a look. What was my plan for this? I planned everything out with... There's a guy on the forums / Discord called Eric who did an app, well, a web-based app that lets you plan out your stuff in advance. And so I planned out a whole bunch of things and I completely ignored it when I actually created my thing. So I had planned For Tome of the Horde? Why was I doing Tome of the Horde? I'm not sure why I planned that. No, I don't think I'm going to do Tome of the Horde. I'm planning that for my elf playthrough. We're going to do Mayhem Elves, and they're going to be all chaotic. I mean, if we do this, we can get Gargoyles for a tier 2 shock unit. Because we don't have shock units. It does kind of fit. Nah, I'm going to full defense. We're going Tome of Warding. Gets a little bit of Astral going on. So, as this... Oh, she's blithering away. I'm just going to talk over her. It's a nice voice and everything, but... We're not wanting the Phantasm Warrior, because it's just another shield unit. We have an abundance of shield units. We've got our Golems, we've got our Anvil Guard, and later on we'll get, I think they're called Bastions. Mark of Invulnerability, protect a unit for 1 turn, nothing can hurt them for a turn. Can only be used once per battle per unit, but good emergency thing. Or more generally, magical wards, just make everyone a bit resistant. I think I'm going to take the magical wards. It takes longer, but more general purpose. So, I don't know what this just said we'd done. We just finished something, but I didn't pay attention to what I was clicking on. Oh no, they want to go down there to prospect. Did we build a building? I think we built a building. Right, I would like a monolith, but I need a conduit. Oh, we can. Maybe it's telling me I can get a new sector. So, we do need to do farms for our quest. I was wanting to do quarries to get the whole adjacency thing, but I think I'm going to do some farms up here. It'll make us grow a little bit faster. Oh, our farms, the fungus fields actually reduce our food income, so our farms in the underground are, as I thought, not that good. They're slightly better than huts. Maybe we don't do farms. Because they've got... Oh no, swamps is... Oh no, but that's okay. There's a decent farm there. And a decent farm there. So maybe this place just goes all in on farms. I don't know. I do need to do 3 farms in how many turns? 21 more turns. I guess it does unlock other things though. So even if we don't get a good bonus from the provinces, it'll let us get the estate hall, which does produce a lot of food, and it contributes to quite a lot of boosts. I think we're just going to do it. We're just going to get the crappy fungus farms. That in itself, I don't know if 1 farm boosts anything. I don't think so. We could do our wizard's tower. It'll get us more Imperium, get us a little bit of vision range, and open up other upgrades. Although our mana's kind of low, I don't think I want to do that while our mana's this low. We could just go for more money, but I should probably wait for another farm. Draft? I don't really need draft just now. Maybe just some more research? Let's just get more research. And yeah, this costs 90 mana and we only have 6 mana coming in. So it'll only upgrade the golem, so it'll have a low upkeep, but I can't cast it just now. So we shall wait. We haven't met anyone yet either, but that was kind of always going to happen with the underground start and small underground. Humble origins, my grand architect. Do you remember? The young spride's words startled you as you recollect your former life. His straightforward question makes your mind regress to simpler times, back when you were mortal, dreaming modest dreams, pursuing mundane ambitions. To ascend, you've had to sacrifice so many worldly attachments, sacrifices that caused you to stop looking back. That caused you to forget. Only vague memories of what you were before linger. My grand architect, your saga needs to include who you were before becoming a Gudir. What can you tell the scribe? So I can say I built bulwarks. We got a whole ton of production. Or we united people under one banner. We get a steel shaper for free. Or we get a bunch of food. I'm kind of leaning towards food just now, since food's a wee bit of a problem whole underground. Or a bunch of research. That's less than 2 turns of research, whereas that is like 5 turns of food. A 3 steel shaper would be nice, but no, give me all the food. We surveyed fertile lands back when we used to live on the surface before everything went to hell. Because yeah, we only get 57 food a turn, so that was 5 turns worth. It takes 393 for the next population, but I am wondering, do I build a conduit? Or at least build something in a mana node? We could do a farm here and get some mana to go with it. But it's rare that you get to build conduits, so we should maybe just do a conduit here. I'm just doing a conduit. Our mana's looking a bit healthier. A little bit. I feel like it should be higher than that. It's not. We should have got 15 from this in total. Why did we? We weren't at 0 before, were we? I'm a bit confused as to what just happened. Oh, we're unhappy, so we're losing income. We need to build a tavern next. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, yous go down to do your prospecting. Can't prospect here, can you? But we can prospect here. And yours are going up to the surface. I misclicked, so we're not going up to the surface just yet. You just keep on exploring. We can annex our first province here, so I think we'll get a farm to contribute to the quest, and because we actually get decent farms on the surface, so we'll just do that one. Also, that gets us closer to this bit for a bit more mana. If we can get bolstered defences on our iron golem though, that'll be nice. I wonder if the iron golem evolves like into a gold golem. So, guess they'll go and fight them. Is this just more? Oh, it's a bunch of these annoying flow serpents. They can teleport, so they're going to be super annoying. Right, pop in here. Prospect. We've got a ring of endurance, 2 status resistance. Okay. And that uses your turn up. Or at least uses your movement up. Wait, before I do that, actually. I do still have a thing I can do. We can clear out that earth. May as well go and hit that. Watchtower. We got an Arcane Institute, so as discussed, we need to do something about our unhappiness. 2 turns, 100 gold, get a tavern. I would have liked to wait for a farm, but it's 7 turns for a farm, and I'd have to spend Imperium to rush it, and I don't really want to do that. And yeah, we kind of want to go and settle another city, so that we can get another hero, so that we can make a melee hero and get those items that we've been getting that makes them better at melee. Get the barbed shield and get that breastplate. That's got stalactites too. Oh, when you have the scout highlight selected, it highlights ones that you can do stuff in. Okay. We got some gold. I'll take it. To be honest, I would have rather had gold than some of those items we were getting, but... Fathomless intentions. As your troops move to attack the flow serpent and its collection of horrors, the enemy squeals and submits. Undulating flesh and writhing tentacles weave around in a grotesque show of panic as your weapons surround the group of eldritch horrors from the astral sea. While terrifying in aspect, these beings seem to have no fight in them, at least not for you. Will you leave the macabre monsters to their terror, or attack them anyway? So the astral sea, there's a whole bunch of text, I'm not going to read through it all, but it's part of the sort of story of Age of Wonders 4. It's like an in-between world that connects all the other worlds together, and that's how the Wizard Kings are invading everywhere. And it's also home to a whole bunch of horrors. Horrors! Astral Sea monsters, denizens of the Astral Sea. Mana-hungry creatures in a variety of shapes, from jellyfish-like siphoners to horrifically tragic lost wizards. They thrive in the astral sea, but sometimes they come and bug us. And we've seen the flow servants. So we can just fight them. We can allow them to flee and spread their terror or rampage across the land. That's evil. Or I can banish them back for some good alignment. I'm just going to fight them. We're just putting them down. This will be an annoying battle. Because every time we hit them, they go invulnerable. But every time they die, they heal their friends. So it's going to be essentially a war of attrition, I guess. But we're quite good at that because we're very tanky. We just have to be careful about the fact that they're going to run forward and they're going to teleport into our back ranks and hit our archers and stuff. But not immediately. So move you up here, move you up here, move you up there. And if we taunt them, they can't go after our back ranks. I mean, they can still, in theory, teleport to our back ranks, but they can't actually attack them. And now they're refuged. A little bit risky doing this, but if we can get a good overstrung attack. So they're going to run away and immediately get stunned. So actually this is going to be dead easy. Because they don't want to be next to me for some reason. I don't know why not. I think they've got melee attacks, but they're trying to run away. That's an odd decision. Are they in refuge on my turn? They are, so I can't actually do anything this turn. Okay, well I guess we just defend then. If they stay in his aura, they'll get some resistance from it. So yeah, they're sitting at 6 resistance, which they do elemental damage, so that should work quite nicely. Are they going to try and move away again? They are. This is so stupid. Oh no, that one's fighting back. Right, we killed one. We killed another. I thought they healed their pals when he died. Am I thinking of someone else? Oh, I'm thinking of the Astral Seekers, not the Flow Serpents. They don't heal their pals. They just do nothing. Okay. Well then. This is an incredibly easy fight for us then. I mean, we can't attack it, so just end turn. We hardly took any damage at all. Amazing. And we get a robe of resistance. It does what it says in the tin, gives us resistance and some money. Have yourself a robe. Okie doke. I guess we could go and try and clear out the special resources stuff over there. And yeah, does this evolve? Elemental, land movement, magic origin. Right, iron golems don't evolve. The copper ones do, but the iron ones don't. And I would like to cast... Well, hang on a minute. I want to do the industry thing, but I also want to get him up and running with a final unit in his army. So I'm going to summon a copper golem. It'll take me a turn to cast it. And before I move him... Is there any... No, okay, not before I move him. I'm just wondering, is there any point in sending him along here? That looks like a wall. I think this is a dead end. I think he should go up to the surface as well. I'm going to hit that banner. Gets a unit some experience. That's what this army of noobs could use. Get a bit of sight. There's some food over there. There's a map over there. I'd like the food, please. Built our workers' farmstead here. We're boosting our vendor, but also our workshop. We'll get the workshop first, because that will make everything else build faster. A new rally of the lieges so I can get the brewer ogres. Can I check them out? I can. Oh, look at this guy. Didn't expect him to be so bearded. I'm used to ogres being bald. They've got lots of health, okay resistances, defences, vulnerable to fire, resistant to frost. He's a large target, so easier to hit with range stuff, but he's got charge resistance. He hits quite hard, 3 times for 16 damage, does frost damage. He can drink. Basically, he gets extra damage, extra defense, and the Frigid Belch ability does a cone attack in a 1 hex radius. Okay, that's fun. And the Butcher Ogre, also tier 2, not quite as tough, not quite as much damage, but he's got the Butcher's Cut. Target unit has a chance of being killed instantly, scaling in the missing health. And he heals for health. 15 health, okay. I could afford them both. We gotta get some ogres, right? Come on. Oh, I can only get one because I've only got 2 recruitment points because I'm not pals with any free cities because that free city spawn near me is inaccessible to me. Okay, well, what one did I get? I got the brewer ogre. Okay, sure. And you're just waiting on your summon. There's a bunch of food. Going along. Fight. This is a tougher fight, but we are stronger than them. They've got a tier 4 Eagle Raider, 130 health, 8 defense. That's going to be tough for us because we don't have much elemental damage. And they can embolden their allies. They also have one of these weird-ass skullfish holy things, the Lightbringer, which can convert units to their side and do spirit damage. So again, we're not good against them. And they've got a chaplain with Angel Eyes transformation, so he's got wings and a halo. He can do a healing prayer, he can bless to boost up again the various things in the enemies, and he also does spirit damage. And they've got a Zealot, who's also been angelized. That might actually be quite a tough fight for us. All the things we're not particularly good against. Maybe I'll wait until everyone's a wee bit leveled up some more. Maybe until my hero gets level 5, or maybe go and fight something a bit easier first. Because there is stuff in the area we can fight instead. There's no point in jumping at the deep end. Use your very own pipe golem. Go and get whatever that is. Yeah, they're just, I guess, gonna prospect. It's not gonna get us any more to explore, so this is pretty much our lot. I think this area is as much as we can get. There isn't any passages to other realms, other parts of the underground. We'd have to find another underground entrance. Potentially seafaring would work. I'm just reluctant to spend it and then find I can't travel in that. I guess for science, since this is new game, not been playing it much. Oh, and we unlock new stuff. Right at the last stand, each city loses 1 population, but immediately gets 3 tier 1 units. And diplomatic focus and extra whispering stone, but we can't even get the use of our 1 whispering stone. I have applied it, but I'm not getting the benefit of it. So I'm going to try, it's not that expensive, we're going to get seafaring to see whether we can go in that water or not. For science, we've got our magical wards. So static shield is a buff. So it's an in combat buff. It only lasts 2 turns, but it gives the friendly unit a 60% chance of stunning attackers. That's quite good. However, staves of warding will mean our support abilities on our support units will do extra bolstered resistance. I'd like that more. Stunning's really powerful, don't get me wrong, but we're kind of doubling down on resistance. Our stability is looking a little bit better after building the tavern. I don't see a better version. Oh no, the bathhouse. I'd need 2 farms and a quarry, so I need another farm to boost that. Given the price, I think we want to boost that before we build it. Maybe more mana? Yeah, give me more mana. My mana is okay, but it's not. It's very prone to running out, especially since I would like to. Did I summon that copper golem? I can't remember if I did or not. I did. I did? That's you guys, yeah? Yeah, I did, okay. Right, so yeah, our mana's okay. We could recruit a unit. Don't really need to. Not currently under any threat. We are now good aligned. We get better relations with free cities and rulers that are neutral or better. Did I not have something else I was doing? Did I? I made a choice here. Yeah, I did. I wouldn't mind another scout, actually. I don't want too many scouts because it's just upkeep, but I'd like another one running around because we're not covering as much ground as I'd like. There's quite a lot of stuff nearby that we haven't explored. Oh gosh, have we done an hour already? I just noticed the time on my recording. Right, well, after this, digging too deep, a battle quest. Bonding with the earth and its riches, you witness an underground tragedy. The diligent dwarves, whoever they are, they have a reveler's heart transformation. They're tough defensive tactics, they're industrious shadow walkers and imperialists. But anyway, they have mined too far and too greedily into the depths of the earth. Their drilling stirred up a dread spider matriarch, along with a horde of underground predators. Now these menaces are stalking the gold vein, killing the workers of the diligent dwarves one by one. Will you shield the minders at Gold Vein from the attacks of the Dread Spider Matriarch before it's too late? Of course I will. So their treasure and the miners will be rescued, we'll get a Materium boon and a mystery bonus, or we could say they're too sinful, we should learn from their punishment, in which case there'll be a Materium crisis, and all cities of the Empire will lose stability, but I get a turn and a half of research. Nah. We're going to help them, plus it gives my army something to do. So where is that? Over here, okay. That's handily. I was looking for another fight. And it's a lot of spiders, but I think it's easier than this fight, so it's a way to get XP. But yeah, like I say, that's an hour, just over an hour, so we're going to end the video there. Again, thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I should be back in part 3. Goodbye for now.